Welcome to the School of Survivors. My name is James, and this is part 2 of what we have been discussing concerning agape love. If you have not seen part 1, we define what agape love is in a deeper sense. So if you have not checked that out, go consider that video so that you can better embrace this video. And in this video, part 2, we're going to talk about how to apply agape love in our intimate relationships. Maybe you're having struggles in your intimate relationship with finances or other challenges that are just trying to break apart your bond. And so this discussion is going to talk about a variety of characteristics that we can apply into our relationship so that we can have the beautiful and meaningful connected relationship that we desire. So stay with us as we begin now part 2 of this discussion. And just to quickly summarize what agape love is and to refresh our minds, agape love is one of the highest forms of love someone can demonstrate towards another. It is that love that is unconditional. And as we develop this discussion, we're going to see more specifically how we can apply this in our intimate relationships. So agape love in our intimate relationships is going to be one of the first applications of patience. And love is patient when we begin to apply this into our intimate relationship. In other words, that is to say that it's helping one another to achieve better versions of ourselves. And examples of this can include health, finances, and basically just trying to build a better bond and connection in our relationship. And so when we apply agape love to our partner, and let's say they're trying to maybe lose weight, maybe trying to eat better, or they are trying to just achieve a goal at the workplace. And what we want to do as an understanding partner is give them encouragement. We don't want to condescend or bring them down. We want to be that partner that is there for them. We want to be that partner that listens and has the skill of listening along with patience. And so the application of agape love, one of the first characteristics that we see here is to just be patient with our partner. I know sometimes when challenges come, we can become frustrated and we do not want to maybe open up or be there for our partner sometimes because it is beginning to frustrate us sometimes, whatever the case may be. But we must demonstrate patience because this is going to be the attribute that will help us build a more secure foundation for a better bond in our relationship. And now, as we have began a new year, in the year 2025, as we are shooting this video, maybe we have goals and dreams that we are trying to achieve. This is a perfect time to encourage our partner and to be there where they can achieve those dreams and those goals. It is a perfect time for us to not become impatient and to see them through and to push them along in the right direction in a positive and gentle way. And so this is, of course, a very, very important characteristic. Another characteristic that we can learn from agape love when we are demonstrating it towards our partner is that love does not envy. And this can look like, for example, appreciating and respecting your partner, not desiring to be better than them. And a great example sometimes can be in the workplace or careers that we have. Maybe one partner is making more money than the other partner. Maybe one partner is more financially well off than the other partner, whether that is in the dating stage, or you have been together 4 or 5 more years, or maybe you have been married for 10, 15, 20 plus years. And these situations can come up where we start to compare our differences in income, and this can go down a very dangerous path because it's going to make your partner feel inadequate, like they are not part of the team, like they are not contributing to the relationship because they do not make enough money. So this is what agape love is trying to teach us. It does not envy or desire in a bad way, in a jealous way, what our other partner has. Instead, we are to be grateful that our partner is financially successful. We are to be grateful that our partner is doing well, and we come along and join that success together, and not in a way of putting our partner down or condescending them because you are making them feel less than. So love does not envy. Another important characteristic of agape love, as we are applying it into our intimate relationships, is love does not puff up. It's not boasting. And when we think about boasting, we think about an arrogant stance. Love is not saying, look at me, what I'm doing. Love, in this sense of agape love, does not say, look at all the things that I have done for you. Give me credit for everything that I have done for you. Can't you see that I am making sacrifices for you every day? Can't you see that I'm doing this, that, and the other? And you can begin to see the picture here. And I'm not saying that we are not to feel appreciated for the things we do, because we do want to feel appreciated and needed from our partner. And so what I'm talking about here, and what we are trying to highlight more closely, is the scoreboard. And what this looks like is, maybe in the household, one partner decides to wash dishes, one partner decides to relax and watch TV. And as this goes on, the partner may be keeping score. Well, I did the dishes yesterday, so it is your turn to do the dishes. And it could be any other chore, maybe laundry, or going out and doing an errand or something of that nature. But you begin to see the point here that sometimes in our relationship, we're in the back of our mind keeping those points, and we're checking off, yes, I did this for them, I did this for them. And that's not a good thing to do, because it can backfire. And your partner may feel like, well, I don't want you to do anything for me now because you're keeping score and you're rubbing it in my face. And you see where this is going. So agape love does not puff up. It does not boast about things. What it does instead, in contrast to this, that it just loves. In its nature, it's one source or attribute, as we discussed in part 1, is just to love. It is like the example of light that we gave, that there is no darkness in light. It only has one constant element, and that is to give light. And it is the same thing with agape love. Its only source or mission is to love. And so in our intimate relationships, let's be careful not to be arrogant and not to put ourselves up on a pedestal and look down upon our partner, but instead let us work together in achieving whatever task that we need to do in the household, or whatever goals we're trying to achieve. Let's do those together and uplift together with encouraging words and with words of wisdom. Another section that is very noteworthy is that love believes and bears all things. Example, going through hardship together. When we are going through hardship together as a couple, sometimes it begins to instill self-doubt into where we are going. Sometimes when we are going through hardship as a couple, it begins to instill that lack of confidence and insecurity that in turn tries to bring us down in such a way that we give up. And so agape love, in demonstrating it together in our intimate relationship, is that we believe in one another, that we bear all things together. We do not throw in the towel when we know that we can work on the issue at hand together. In other words, it's consistent. And one example that I like to give is maybe your partner is trying to change something about him or her, and we are there constantly criticizing them, not giving them space to improve, not giving them encouragement where encouragement is needed, and telling them and uplifting them for the good that they are doing, even if it's just a little progress that is worthy to be called out and say, good job for doing this. It's the small things that can build up to the bigger change over time. But if we are there as a partner, constantly being the judge of whether they are changing or not, this is not going to set a healthy platform for your partner to change. And so we have to have a characteristic that love believes that your partner can change. Love believes that trust can be built again. Love believes that you can have that feeling of being in love together again. And love bears these things along the journey. So let us enjoy the journey as we are trying to build and connect in a way that we both want to, in a beautiful way, and have the relationship that we both want to have, and not simply just, as we have said, giving up and not encouraging our partner. So love believes and bears all things. And now, as we see the culmination of agape love and how it looks in intimate relationships, one of the last characteristics that I saved for the end was love never fails. Now, I know that this part can bring up thoughts of, well, do I have to stay in a relationship that I am not being treated appropriately? Do I have to stay in a relationship where my partner is yelling at me and disrespecting me? Do I have to stay in a relationship where maybe even physical abuse is taking place? Whatever your case may be, we are not saying that you have to stay in these situations because love never fails, and that I'm just going to allow love to cover all these things. But on a higher spiritual sense, love does cover all things. But this is not what we're saying. What we are saying is that if we have the ability to be patient with our partner, if we have the courage to want to work things with our partner, that is solely our choice to do. It is not up to someone else. It is not up to your brother, your sister, your friend who is telling you to do this, unless it is wise counsel, of course. But what we are trying to establish is that this kind of agape love, the highest form of love one can demonstrate, is consistent and unconditional. And if you have the gift to be there for one another and go through the hard times and the challenges, then agape love will allow you to achieve a very beautiful relationship. So let's keep this in mind, that love never fails. Thank you very much for making it this far in this 2-part series of agape love. I really appreciate your listening ear, and more importantly, these discussions are designed to help all of us in our everyday living. As our slogan goes, living life skillfully. I have enjoyed spirituality since my early 20s. I have been involved in spirituality. As you can see, I am a small channel and I love talking about spirituality and how that we can apply it in our everyday living. So if you found value, I would greatly appreciate if you like the video, because this helps these messages to grow. It helps my channel. It helps the School of Survivors, and it helps to achieve even more spiritual success for all of us. So if you found value, like the video, and also consider subscribing if you enjoy spiritual insights and discussions like this. And please also consider a different video that I will put up here at the end screen, and it is called How to Transform Your Life with our Spirit program. And this Spirit program will teach you how to take the necessary steps to transform anything in your life. It's a framework, it's a spiritual foundation or framework that all of us can apply. It's a free video. We are not trying to sell anything in this current moment. We are simply trying to just spread the good news and the good message of how that we can become better spiritual beings and have a positive impact on society. So don't forget to check out that video on transformation with the Spirit program.